strange.
Jeg tænkte bare på, at man må gå helt ned af.
Hvor skal du være?
Nej, vi skal være her. Jeg tænkte bare, at der er mere bedre hernede af.
Ja. Nej, det er det.
Jeg får bare gøre det.
Nej, det er det, men det må du ikke.
This is the famous gift shop.
Buy a little fruit.
The boat's quite cool actually.
Yeah, it's only 50. How much more do these cost?
Oh, about 4 times as much.
Long. As long as you don't get off the boat.
If I was a bird watcher, if we had prepared, we would have.
It's quite full.
Kaya din bukas mo siyang 22 pa lang. Yan na.